I would say I'm sorry, but I've said it all before. January 20th is a marionette that knows exactly what strings to pull to make my knees buckle, make my forehead hit the floor. If I could tell you one last thing, I would say the stars never got bored with our conversation. They always twinkled louder when you opened your mouth, hanging on to every word as they were holding on to the black canvas they called home, because they knew your last was coming all too soon. Our souls never needed a language, never needed pronounced words. Their mouths form words to each other. You never think it's going to be the last thing you say until it is. I wish I had said something more profound things to say only come after hours of thinking, mountains of editing. So I wrote you this letter to tell you who I became, not without you, because of you. I eat my breakfast every day to grow up big and strong. I never forced myself to eat tomatoes. We never liked them. I get places on time in honor of all the hours we sat in that white Toyota truck telling knock-knock jokes while Lindsay was inside putting on her last shade of lip gloss, her final coat of nail polish. I saved the little things, like I discovered the Easter card I made you in April of '98, filled with sorry excuses for stick figures, with boxes instead of t-shirts, crayons on brunch placemats with sea breeze. I play music. Not only do I randomly pick out those black and white keys, but I play in the most childish sense of the word. I play. I write to try to understand the word healing. You're always better at writing music than I was. Your terrible penmanship, barely scribbling down the chord before flying on to the next step. Your fingers could never move as fast as your brain. The first poem I ever performed was at your funeral. I exercised my wings. You were the one that pointed out these bony shoulder blades were more than just pale, protruding appendages. I have learned what a heartbreaking sounds like. I have learned there are other whole hearts waiting to glue those pieces back together who will invite you over for dinner every Friday night, so you never have to know what an empty house looks like. I know courage is not always the loudest sound in the room, an expert at whispering encouragement, at handling with care. So I could sit here and ask some genie to hug you, hear you laugh, hold your hand while walking down the aisle, but instead, I seal this letter with stardust, so you won't miss it against the night sky. I'll address it to the moon, stamp it with 8-year-old tears, write no return address. I'll dream of the day you receive it, and you will smile that crooked smile and brush back your hair from your forehead with your right hand and hold back tears behind thick, surprisingly hip glasses and fumble with the opening because your fingers were always so short and pudgy. Open carefully. The smell of me, it's only for a heartbeat, my heartbeat. After all this time, the envelope will be covered in forgiveness as you let it slip from your fingers. I'll know when you receive it. No need to send a response. For what if this was not a poem about death, but a poem about forgiveness? Forgiveness always felt cold because it still left me without you. Letter ends with the only words that 13-year-old could find when we last saw each other. Hey, Dad, I will always be your little girl. Still only know how to tie my shoelaces with 2 bunny ears. Any other way is unnecessary.